Hey guys, what's up? Dennis Meckel here with Meckel Fishing. I want to talk with y'all a little bit about some techniques that I like to use in creeks and rivers. I got some video the other day from a creek that I used to fish when I was a kid. It's been raining a lot out here, so I haven't had the opportunity to get out on the lake with my boat as much as I'd like to. So I'm going to talk with you all a little bit about baits and what you can do to help yourself catch some fish in these creeks. All your baits are going to be pretty small, finesse type baits. Tiny flukes, little senkos, Ned rigs, wacky rigs, and small swim baits. And mainly we're going to stick to the flukes and wacky rigs and senkos in this particular piece of river that I'm fishing. One of the things that I want to talk about though is going to be when to fish this type of creek. A lot of these spring-fed creeks, the type of creeks that I've fished in most of my life, they're very, very clear. So that gives the fish the upper hand in a lot of aspects. They can see your line, they can see and inspect your bait, and the other thing is that they can see you. So one thing you can do that will give you an advantage in fishing these creeks is on rainy days or days that may have rained the past day. And what that does is it's going to have clouded up the water. A lot of times in the spring fed creeks, there's a lot of limestone around, and that's going to put a grayish tinge to the water. And your creek may be different, it may be a brownish tinge or a tea colored tinge, but in my particular piece of water that I'm fishing is going to be a gray tinge. And those days are going to make the fish more active. They're going to feed more because of the drain or washout, excuse me, from the rain. It's going to be washing little bugs and maybe stir up the crawfish that are in the water. But I'll go ahead and put a picture in here of the baits that I'm using. You're going to see I've got for this river, a small 4-inch wacky rig set up. I've got two different colors of 3-inch senkos, and then I've got this other bait. It's a Bass Pro Shops bait. It's going to be it's a 3-inch senko with a fluke tail on it, and that seems to do really well. Probably better than any of the other baits. You'll see I've got two Ned rigs here and two tiny flukes. All these colors are going to be some of my favorite colors. Usually sticking to your pumpkin seeds and your semi-translucent, really natural colors. Um, all these are going to be rigged either wacky rigged or Texas rigged, weightless. And in the instance of the Ned rig, 1/10 ounce weight. If your water's deeper, I would use that. But we're gonna go ahead and get going. There's a couple of videos show me catching a couple of fish in the creek and talking a little bit. Hope you enjoy the video. Group of fish up here. There we go. Another nice little bass. A little bit better one. Okay, yeah, look at that guy right there. He ate it, they're just not eating it really good. He took my bait. So, get that out. Nice little healthy creek bass. A little belly on him too, look at that. Look at that little belly. Alright, let him go. There he goes. Alright guys, we're back. Just made a switch over to this little senko with a little fluke tail on the back. And this thing is a 3 and a half inch bait, and it is absolutely killer in these small little creeks whenever you fish it weightless. You can fish it one of two ways. You can let it sink and hit the bottom, fish it really slow like you would a senko, or you can pop it, work it just like a soft plastic jerk bait. I'll tell you what, guys, this bait does work on these little creek bass. See, I see a pretty nice fish sitting right up over here. See if we can get this bait right up on him. He looks like he's just hanging out on the bottom taking himself a nap. And a lot of these fish do that. The water is cold here. It's a constant 68 degrees, so a lot of the bigger fish aren't very active. We got one right there. I don't want to spook this bigger fish though, so I'm going to play him around the back. There we go. There we go. Another nice little chunky river bass. Oop. A couple more flops there, guy. There he goes, back into the water. We're gonna do some work on this bigger one up here and see what we can't get him to bite. And keep those little ones away from it. Get the hands all cleaned off. See if we can't get ourselves a fish right here. All right. Hard to pitch this little bitty weight or bait without a weight on it to where I want it to be. There we go. Nothing but little guys. Thinking about doing a bait change here, switching over to one thing I didn't have mentioned in the hadn't mentioned in the pictures is a small craw bait. You see, we just keep getting these little bitty things. There we go, perfect. I'll do a little bait change here. Okay guys, now we got a little bitty one of these ultravibe zoom speed craws on here. We're gonna see if we can't get a little bit bigger bite with this bait. Entice this up, see what it looks like in the water, weightless. Looking pretty good, not bad. It's gonna definitely be a much slower presentation, but I'm just gonna fish it along nice and easy, see what happens here. Okay, so I see about a 5-pounder sitting right here, but I think he's seen me too. There's a couple of them. And good old classic little dink. don't know if they have this opened up to the public now. Nope, wasn't paying attention. It's a better one, but it is not a great one by any means. A little bit better. Mostly small ones though. Little river bass. And he's off. Just takes a lot. Takes everything to be just right to get one of these big ones. I suppose it's not any different than any other lake. We're gonna see here. Try again. I spooked him up, but oh yeah, see, they saw my line. Need a longer leader. Better straight fluorocarbon. Man, I almost had a decent one there. He ate it, but he didn't commit. Another cast and see. Not a great big one, but maybe like a 1.5 pound or 2 pounder. See some other fish over here. Some little bit bigger ones. I would have let this guy let it go, but I couldn't see if he was small or not. You can catch these fish, you can catch these small ones all day long in these little creeks like this, but to get the big ones that we're after, it's a little bit of work.